Hi everybody, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. So in today's video,
Do you know why Pearl is available? Because even though she says the right things that men resonate with, she's masculine as hell. Men like feminine women. Pearl is an advocate for what men want, but she's not what men want. Feminine women do not go online and sit on podcasts and argue with men all day long. That is not what men want. Ideally, men would have someone that's very laid back, chill, feminine, helps out where she can around the house and, isn't like a pain in the ass. And I know you guys are going to be like, well, just hire a maid. Are you guys really saying that a woman's love can be replaced by a maid? Partnership in the home is desirable, where both people help out around the house. I've been kind of messing around a little bit on here with some of my satire and stuff, but real talk, I believe both people should do both things around the home fully. Like, there's no reason not to. I can joke and say, yeah, I'll cook, you do the dishes, but even then, that's 50-50, no? I mean, you could argue cooking's more effort. I'll forget, I was raised by a single mother. I was doing everything around the house. She taught me how to cook, how to clean, how to do dishes, how to do laundry. I'm just saying, I do all that stuff now for myself, no problem. But ideally, in a partnership, I would have help with those things. I'm not just going to take care of someone fully. I'm not going to pay for everything and take care of everything around the home. But back to Pearl. She definitely understands what men want, but she's just masculine as hell. She really, and everything that she does, she's very masculine. She will probably find someone that's great for her, but you guys are like, why not pick her? Because we couldn't marry someone that's like that and argumentative and fighting.
interesting, isn't it? Because she goes on the podcast and supports them basically and advocates for them. They think she is masculine. Make it make sense. She supports you. She will do what you want. She understands what guys like you want, and you don't want her because what? She is on the same. Like it doesn't even make sense at this point. It doesn't even make sense to me at this point in time. She's masculine. Are you serious? Because if women like Miss Bell are masculine, then the rest of us are what? Anyway, a lot of people had a lot to say about this. People shared their thoughts and their opinions about his take on the whole situation with Miss Bell. Let's get into the responses and views and opinions of other people, and then I'll come back and talk a little bit more. And don't forget to subscribe.
Feminine women do not go online and...
So I've seen this guy and Pearl and the whole cavalcade of folks on my FYP at various points. And I tend to scroll past them after a while because the bit is not new. I've seen every note of this before, right? I am an internet dinosaur. But here's the kicker. Even if we take it off the internet, even if we roll back that beautiful bean footage to Phyllis Schlafly or Rebecca Latimer Felton or whoever, right? What you're going to find over and over again is that the patriarchy spends its tokens, right? And we tend to talk about tokens in terms of people of color. But the white women who decide to become handmaids of the patriarchy, they get spent too. They get discarded as soon as they are no longer useful. And here's the kicker. The very men that they claim to be advocating for don't even believe the things that they've said. They just want to see how far she'd go. But really, deep down, they're going to go right ahead, as this guy is doing, and pivot to what is most advantageous for them, what will protect their career and their future. But she set hers on fire. And for what? He doesn't want her. They don't want her. Being a token never serves you. Let that shit go.
Probably because she's not considered conventionally attractive, and yes, most likely because she's masculine, but I don't think it has anything to do with her going back and forth on the internet. There are plenty of conservative women who've made a career out of going back and forth on the internet, educating people, and they're still highly sought after because they're more conventionally attractive than Pearl is. And I know I'm about to get flooded with hate comments about how I'm not conventionally attractive, and that's fine, it's your prerogative, but it only further proves my point. If I was more conventionally attractive, it wouldn't matter what I had to say, right? I would be able to tell you that the sky is purple and there'd be men in my comments agreeing with me, because a lot of studies show us that when it comes to romantic success, men care more about looks. Obviously, it's not the only determining factor, but it is extremely important. Like, from what I've seen, and correct me if I'm wrong, the more attractive a woman is, the more men are willing to tolerate. I'm curious.
So let me get this straight. Pearl literally says everything you men say y'all want from a woman. Gives it to you on a silver fucking platter. But y'all are going to disrespect her based on her looks. And she's literally the only fucking person advocating for y'all to be an obedient housewife. Pearl, if you're watching this, we tried to warn you. Like, seriously, we tried to warn you. It doesn't matter that you are advocating for them, they're still going to talk shit about you. And yet, you keep being their doormat. Stop.
Okay, so this is my theory on why Pearl Just Pearly Things is single despite being the ultimate pick me. And I've seen many people recently talking about this, how like she is everything that conservative, regressive men say that they want, and yet she is not married or engaged or even in a relationship at all. And my theory about this actually kind of has to do with this Subway Takes video that's been going around about how men say they want like an edgy alt girl, but really they want Emily who loves pomegranate and studied art history and has nothing going on in her brain. Which we can have a debate on whether that's misogynistic to say about a woman later, but the point is these men want somebody who does not have a very defined personality that they can then project like muse hood onto, right? And so I think with somebody like Pearl, when these men are saying, oh, I want a woman who's traditional and wants to be in the kitchen and blah, 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 they're not actually describing Pearl, because Pearl is opinionated. Pearl is out here on the internet giving her take. She has a strong point of view of how she thinks the world should be. And I think that's not what these men want. They want somebody who's pliable. A lot of people are saying they want to take somebody who is previously strong and like break her down. I think they just want somebody who is pliable, period. And certainly there's like an ego aspect to taking somebody who's really staunch in their opinions and like changing their mind or like taking them down a peg or like molding them into what they want. But like that can also be what they view as a blank slate. They can also just want like a nice girl who seems nice, who won't be intimidating to them. Because think about it, somebody like Pearl, she is intimidating. She is loud. She is angry. She gives off the sort of impression that it's like, don't cross her or she's gonna go after you. And that is, of course, the opposite of what these men actually want. So at the end of the day, Pearl actually isn't conforming to gender roles. She's loud, she's opinionated. Those things are coded as masculine if you live in that binary world. You don't want a nice, docile, loving, doting wife who's gonna be going off at people on the internet who disagree with you, even if you are arguing on the same side.
This is a problem that we're having. Now, if I see front of me an apple and an orange, right? And my taste buds say I want an orange, right? But instead of me grabbing that orange that's right there in front of me, and I can clearly see that it is an orange, I'm going to go to that apple. Now I'm going to tell that apple that it needs to be an orange. Y'all don't want that orange. Y'all don't want Pearl. Y'all don't want the women like Pearl. These women that be speaking for y'all be single. They be single. But y'all go to the women that don't mind being single, that wants to be single, that would rather not deal with anybody or anything dealing with a relationship. Y'all try to convince them.
But from everything that I've seen lately with the Fresh and Fit podcast and the kind of girls that they like to associate themselves with, they are nothing like Miss Pearl, okay? They don't look like Miss Pearl. So, in my opinion, they prefer the quote-unquote OnlyFans girls, quote-unquote 304s, you know, those type of girls that they preach against. Those are the girls that they want, okay? They don't want the pick-me's. Most of them like the Miss Independent to tame them, you know, to make them into what they want them to be. And then the rest of them prefer the 304s, the women that they preach to other men about. So At this point in time, at least we have an idea of the kind of women that they want, thanks to Fresh and the pregnancy and all of that. So, yeah, it is what it is. And as for Miss Pearl and all the ladies that are like her, if you're on the podcast talking about the same issues they are talking about, you're just one of the boys. Okay, if you're supporting them, you're just one of the boys. So you can continue picking and choosing their side. They still won't pick you because you're just one of the boys. Boys that they won't pick. I'm sorry, because a lot of things are coming out recently. So let me rephrase that. You are one of the boys that they won't pick because you're not a boy, but you are trying to be a boy, if it makes sense. So a word to the wise is enough. You take it and do whatever you want to do it, because if you keep pandering to men and you have this mindset that they're going to pick you because you're special, I want you to understand that they rate their boys over you. And if you want to keep pandering to them, keep pandering to them, okay? But they won't pick you. Yeah, because you often hear, protect her at all costs. Anytime you see a woman who is pandering to men, you go to the comment section, they'll come there and say, yes, thank you, sis. Protect her at all costs, and so on and so forth. But if all of them come against you, they will all come against you because you are not a man. You're trying to be like them, but they see that you're a woman who is trying to be like them. They can see right through you. So you're fooling yourself, not them. You are not closer to the women that they prefer, and you are not even closer to their boys. So what are you? Think about that. What are you? They don't respect you regardless. So, like I said, you take it and do what you want to do with it. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Thank you so much. And I'll see you again with another video. Take care of yourselves. Bye.